So, you know, the land is very important to us. It's who we are and where we sit. We've got our own story to tell.
Welcome to Antakarinya Matu-Yankunytjatjara land.
Kangaroo. In our language, we call it marlu. Food for us, feed our family. We eat the lower lot, the legs, kangaroo tail, the whole lot.
Coober is the word for creation story and our law. Coober has passed down the responsibilities and the knowledge for people to have lived here for tens of thousands of years. A blueprint for understanding and caring for the country. Coober has been shared from one generation to the next through ceremony and song. Around 250 years ago, the white fella arrived and the story, Coober, had a new chapter. There was new law, something called owning land. There was something called money, sickness that the land had never experienced. The children of traditional owners were stolen, and our language was banned. And to top it off, someone dropped an atomic bomb that showered down fallout on the Antakarinya Matu-Yankunytjatjara land.
Share some out when we get home, take it around to family.
But as they say, what doesn't kill you makes you strong.
Older people, people without a motor car.
We've stayed strong by remembering Coober and what is important to us. Today, Coober Pedy is the centre of our munda, or country.
Happy, bread.
It's home for a lot of us Antakarinya Matu-Yankunytjatjara mob.
First word come out their mouth was language. What's in English now? Like with all my children, that's their second language, English. Yeah, but they mainly speak language. But they, you know, they understand English. They speak it really good. Yeah. Midnight snack. Watching footy. Power in Melbourne tonight. So 7 o'clock.
We live in the town, go to work, raise our kids. But outside the town, this is our backyard. Coober got a new verse when our native title was recognised by our consent determination in 2011. The Antakarinya Matu-Yankunytjatjara got a legal seat back at the table to care for munda. 78,000 square kilometres starting just after the Gawler Ranges, stretching north almost to Unadada. Unlike lands further north, our native title is non-exclusive. The right to hunt and do ceremony exists alongside pastoral rights and mining rights. Native title also enshrines our right to do law, the ancient traditional ceremonies that happen on our country.
It is part of your identity. You've got to have your law. So, you know, and our people will teach you that, and learn you that, you know, and explain to you what's right, what's wrong. You know, it doesn't stop really, you know, it's constant there for, you know, for years, you know, 40,000 years, so it is tied to the country, so, you know, you've got to well respect it too and look after it, I suppose. Yeah. Well, I think without your stories and your culture, you're lost really, you know. Yeah, I got the dog there. He jumps in the car. Every time I start the car, I open the door, he thinks I'm going hunting. So he'll sit in the car waiting for me. He's in there now waiting at the moment. Come on, mate, you better get out of there. We're not going nowhere. But every time you take him out, they start singing out. And the kangaroo just step on more pace, put more pace on, and bang, you know. So you're flat out putting your foot down to chase him again. That's all to it. But the main thing I always deal with is like the cultural side, you know, the cultural knowledge to the young people, you know, helping them out. When they travel, I travel with them, you know. Men's cultural business every time, yeah, men's, you know, men travel on business. You know, for young fellas to go through law. I'm just a bloke that helps them there to get there, you know. Help, you know, make sure that they go to their business. If they want to go, we take them, you know. You know, cultural stuff, I do that because I love it, you know. And, you know, there's young blokes that probably need our help at the moment, you know, because they probably want to experience what we got, you know, what I've done and throughout the years. And I think they want to get that knowledge too, you know.
You'll hear the word Amyac quite often around Coober Pedy and the mine sites. It stands for the Antakarinya Matu-Yankunytjatjara Aboriginal Corporation. It's the organisation that was set up to manage native title business. Amyac also helps manage the Gungal Breakaways Conservation Park, which is an hour or so outside of Coober Pedy. Traditional owner Jonathan Fat Clifton works there as one of the cultural rangers.
Everyone just referred to it to breakaways from the early days. But then it got changed to Gungal, which means shaded area. It's under co-management with the native title people or the traditional owners, also local council, Indigenous people, Indigenous group, Antakarinya Matu-Yankunytjatjara people. The people that live here protect the country for the benefit of everyone. But you have a sense of pride when you can showcase a marathon running on country. The traditional lands is more than the park. It means more than the park because it's traditional lands, refers to Munda, which is country. So that's more than the park, which is very significant. So very, very important for everyone, not just us. Yeah, we've got to work together to look after it. Keep going, mate.
Much of our traditional land is rich in minerals worth billions of dollars, and that's balya, very good. But it could easily be a disaster for us if it weren't for our native title right to negotiate ngapaji ngapaji. Put simply, ngapaji ngapaji means I give you something, you give me something back in return. In return for mining, the company pays compensation for the impact on our native title rights and interests. The money goes to Amyac, the Antakarinya Matu-Yankunytjatjara Aboriginal Corporation, where it's used to support businesses, scholarships, community activities, and a future fund. The mining company also agrees to protect any significant sacred or ceremonial sites on the mining lease. They are identified and fenced off as heritage areas before any work commences. There are serious consequences for anyone on the mine site who breaches those boundaries.
Bush medicine. Good for sores or bad cold. This is my chemist. You're in my shop. Chemist. Bush medicine. Grandin. Grinding stone. Spearhead. Ah! Spearhead. Or, ah! How lumpy. Fallen down. Another how lumpy. Fallen down. All fallen down. Humpy. It's all fallen down many years ago. Oh, getting cold.
We have all agreed that if the mining uncovers or disturbs artifacts or art that have not been identified during the clearances, you are required to follow this strict protocol. You must stop work immediately, protect the site where the suspected items are found by clearly sectioning them off, and notify your mine manager. The manager will contact the relevant authority to assess the discovery. If it isn't a heritage item, then work will begin again at the site. And if it is an item of significance, then the incident will be managed with guidance from the Amyac and other government departments. So what happens if we mess this up? Well, it's not pretty for anyone. In Western Australia, the Purukundi, Karama and Pinakura peoples will mourn the tragic loss of their ancient rock shelters at Jukan Gorge forever.
Let's say, well, Paris sees the Eiffel Tower is something special to them. They wouldn't like anybody blowing that up, would they? And what else? And there's quite a few other places in different countries got something to represent them. And the Big Ben, I only read all this. I've never been there, but one day, hopefully I will. But, you know, they wouldn't like anybody wrecking their things. That means something special to them. It's the same.
One thing's for sure, neither Peak Mines nor the traditional owners of this munda want anything like that happening here.
Our land is really strong to us. If we destroy it, you know, it's destroyed our identity. So, you know, we've got to look after it and take very good care of it. So like these young ones there riding around, you know. What are they going to tell their children, I suppose? So that's the main thing, I suppose, in life. The culture stays strong. Oh, yeah, got to look after it.
Doesn't matter what place, but a lot of the places where you got traditional owners and family groups and whatever, they're all connected to some part of the country. We'd like people that are working on country to treat that with respect. So even when we're not around, you know, just to treat it with respect. And that way, that's ngapin, you know, you want to work there, Balya, that's all right. But even if we're not there, still do the right thing. Because, you know, it is for all of us.